Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
Ready? Back 25 behind. Hey, 5-0. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Take motion. Hey, sub. Let's go.
On second down, Winston again. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Jameis to throw it. Complete. He finds Braid. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Wes Horton in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy. Hey.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Play fake. Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Quick slant, caught by Moore. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Newton on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 50, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
A second down throw for Winston. Forced out to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Ready. Blue 80. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Now Jameis on second down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
That's it. 180.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Space to maneuver at the 40. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that makes the score 14-7. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Green, triple C. 5-0. Let's go.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is McCaffrey on the give. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, triple C. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
From the gun, Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. Jameis now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Green, triple C.
Jameis again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Wes Horton in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Green, triple C. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Working out of the gun, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing, Winston. And this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Newton. They'll roll him out right. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Able to spin free. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Come on now.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Buying time to his left. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, sub. Let's go. 5-0. Hey, check 25.
Here's Winston. Catch made right side by Wilson. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Wes Horton in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trike, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Throwing here. Newton eluding the pressure right. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And that is incomplete. complete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They'll look to throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. To the right side, and he's got more complete. A good pickup there, a 22. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.